Hi all, I am Disha Shukla. As we have seen in the previous video, we saw what is the whole topic, like what is mobile computing, what is wireless communication, what are the different terms that will be seen in mobile computing, what are the different parameters like the channel capacity, Nyquist theorem, Shannon capacity, etc. Moving forward, in this video we will be seeing what is transmission medium and how can we classify them. So, as the name suggests, transmission medium, whenever a sender is transmitting some data at the receiver, it needs some kind of a medium through which the data can be transmitted. So, that medium is called your transmission medium. It generally can be a physical or it can be air. So, whenever you are using a physical system, it is called a guided media, and whenever using an air, that is called an unguided media. So, the transmission medium can be basically divided into two types, guided and unguided media. Guided media is further divided as a twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, optical fiber, and unguided media can be classified as radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves. Seeing all these things in detail, the first is your twisted pair cable. A twisted pair cable are quite literally a pair of insulated wires that are twisted together to help reduce the noise from the outside sources. As you can see its figure, the pair of wires are twisted over each other so that whenever the electromagnetic field of one wire is generated, it will be deducted by the electromagnetic field of another as they are twisted. So they would be contradicting at 90 degrees and hence reducing each other's electromagnetic field effect. It generally consists of a conductor. A conductor is secured by an insulator, and then you have a cable jacket for the security purpose. The twisted pair cables are mainly divided into two types, that is your unshielded twisted pair cables and shielded twisted pair cables. An unshielded twisted pair cable is something that does not rely on the physical shielding to block the interference, whereas a shielded twisted pair cable is something that has a foil jacket to cancel any external interference. So as it has an external foil jacket on a shielded twisted pair cable, it generally is more costlier than unshielded twisted pair cable. Generally, the twisted pair cables or the STPs are used in IBM. The next one is your coaxial cable. Coaxial cable is a type of copper cable especially built in a metal shield and other components engineered to block the signal interference. It is primarily used by the cable TV companies to connect their satellite antenna facilities to the customer's home. It is also sometimes used by the telephone companies to connect the central offices to the telephone poles near the customer. Its widespread use that you see daily is in the Ethernet connectivity. And as you can see its figure, the coaxial cable is designed as it has the center core wherein the transmission will be taking place. Then you have a dielectric insulator. The dielectric insulator will again be wrapped by a metallic shield, and then finally you have a plastic jacket for that will be working as a safety purpose so that the person using it does not get affected by the current passing through it. The next type of a guided media is your optical fiber. An optical fiber is a long thin strand of a clear material. Its shape is usually similar to a cylindrical. In the center, it has a core. Around the core is a layer called cladding. The core and the cladding are made of different kinds of glass or plastic so that the light travels slower in the core than it does in the cladding. The whole optical fiber works on the principle of total internal reflection. The core and the cladding that we have would be having different refractive index. The core cladding will be having a refractive index smaller than the cladding's refractive index. So whenever a signal in the core hits the edge of the cladding, it will be hitting at an angle lower than the critical angle. So the whole ray will be totally internally reflected at a shallow angle, and hence it will be bouncing back. So this way at each and every point the signal will be totally internally reflected and hence moving forward. This way your optical fiber works. The next is the unguided media, and that is your radio waves. Radio waves are the electromagnetic waves that are transmitted in all the direction. Radio waves are omnidirectional, that is the signals are propagated in all the direction. The range in the frequencies of the radio waves is from 3 kilohertz to 1 kilohertz. In the case of a radio wave, the sending and the receiving antennas are not aligned. That is, a wave that has been sent by a particular antenna can be received by any other antenna. It is not necessary that only a particular antenna can receive it. The next type of unguided media is microwave. Electromagnetic waves have frequencies between 1 and 300 gigahertz. These are called microwaves. Microwaves are unidirectional. When an antenna transmits a microwave, they can be narrowly focused. This means that the sending and the receiving antenna needs to be aligned. The unidirectional property has an obvious advantage. Microwaves are used for unicast communication such as the telephone networks, satellite networks, and wireless LAN. So, contradictory to the previous type, the microwaves are unidirectional and hence only a particular antenna can receive the signal transmitted by a particular antenna. The next type is your infrared waves. Infrared transmission is a wireless technology used for communication over the short ranges. It has a range from 300 gigahertz to 400 terahertz. It's used for short range communication such as the data transfer between the two cell phones, TV remote operations, data transfer between a computer and a cell phone residing in the closed area. So these are the basic classification of your transmission medium. Moving forward to the difference between them, that is, how can you distinguish between a wired connection and a wireless connection? So the first specification through which you can distinguish is your speed of operation. Wired networks have a higher speed of operation and the wireless network have a lower compared to the wired networks. But the advanced wireless technologies such as the LTE, LTEA, wireless LAN 1 has made it possible to achieve the speed per equivalent to the wired network. The next is system bandwidth. So the wired network have a higher system bandwidth whereas the wireless networks have a lower system bandwidth. Cost. The cost for the wired network is less as the cables are not expensive, whereas the cost for creating your wireless network is more as the wireless subscriber stations, wireless routers, wireless access points, and the adapters are expensive. Installation. Wired network installation is really tedious and it requires more time as you need to connect all the transmission medium and all the repeaters, amplifiers, etc. Whereas in a wireless network, installation is easy and it requires really less time. Mobility. The wired networks have a limited mobility as it operates in an area covered by the connected system with the wired network, whereas wireless system does not have a limited mobility as it can operate in an entire wireless network coverage. Transmission medium. The transmission mediums used in wired networks are the copper wires, optical fibers, cables, Ethernets, etc. Whereas in wireless network they are the electromagnetic waves or the radio waves or the infrared waves as you already saw. Network coverage extension. So the wired cover requires a hub or a switch for network coverage limit extension, whereas in a wireless more area is covered by the wireless base station which are connected to one another. Application. Moving on to the application, a wired network can be applied in LAN, MAN, etc. Whereas a wireless network can be used in wireless LAN, wireless PAN, that is your Zigbee, Bluetooth, infrared, cellular, GSM, CDMA, LTE, everything. Then the next is the quality of service. The quality of service is better in wired network and the quality of service is poor due to the high value of jitter and delay in the connection setup. The last point that differentiates is reliability. The wired networks are highly reliable whereas wireless networks are reasonably reliable. So these are the different points through which a wireless and a wired network can be compared and hence completing the transmission medium. What is transmission medium and what are the different types of transmission medium? So we saw the different types of transmission medium, the guided media, unguided media, its different types, and then we saw last we saw the difference between the two. So if you have any question you can obviously contact, and till then stay tuned.